G'day all, we are back at Bowen Island finally. We've been a week on the road picking up the beautiful Queeny. I think it's named Queeny now. I'm not sure if I like it, but I'm going with it. So today we are pulling all our stuff out of the van and giving all the cupboards a clean. We got given all this stuff from our friend Jess, so we're pretty much just organising that because we just chucked it all in. And over the next couple of weeks we're going to oil change, automatic transmission, oil change, look at the brakes, just general look over really and give it a good service. There's a little bit of panel bending to do because I hit the top of the fucking van on the ferry, as you all know. I'm going to build a box here because it's very thirsty on fuel, and I'm going to, not sure how I'm going to do that, but I need to have at least 3 of those fuel tanks in there, and we're going to carry some axle stands, maybe in a jack, and a couple of bits and bobs that we can't fit in the van, like chairs and poles and the awning maybe. Here's all the sort of stuff that we got given. We've just taken it all out and laid it on the ground while we have a clean up. As you can see, there's a bit of junk there. Yeah, we're coming in, we're washing the curtains, but we forgot to put that one in the wash. Laura's in here. Hey, you can give these. So we're just going around wiping all the cupboards down. But here is the inside of the van, for the people that haven't seen. Now, I'll just give you a quick tour. A couple of cupboards up there. I'll give you the full tour later. Sink, oven, drawers. There's a bed that folds up to a table. We've got our shower in here. And toilet, tank toilet. We got the fridge. Beautiful. Little cupboard. Anyway, I'll give you a better tour later. We're just cleaning it up. We've got a couple of little problems with it. Surprisingly, it's only got one bit of rust, and it's just this little floorboard here, so it's not major. I'm thinking I might just put some wood over the top of it so we can stand on it, because we walk through here all the time to go to the back of the van, so I'm not really too worried about the rust, to be honest, because it's not going to fall out. So I've just pulled the mats up and hoovering it. There's heaps of dog hair and shit because people had a dog and they were living in here, so getting rid of all that. My exhaust repair did not work. That cement just blew off, so I am going to have to take that off and either try and weld it or get another one. That's okay. And here's where I hit the bloody ferry once again. What a fucking amateur. Just clipped the corner of a pole. Should be able to panel beat that out though. And yeah, she's a bit of a beast. Very thirsty. Very thirsty. And yeah, so it's just kind of a surfacey rust, so I might just wire brush it all back and sort of cut that bit out and put a bit of wood in there, I think. It should be fine. Alright. So yeah, we're going to spend the next couple of weeks here on Bowen Island at the woofing farm, and got my workshop, got my tools. Oh, here's one good thing. Here's the 2 bikes we managed to pick up. So for $300 we got 2 bikes, we got bike locks, helmets, and basically got all the shit that's here, which is just everything. Beer spray, cooking equipment, camping equipment, all that sort of good stuff. One of them's actually a pretty sweet downhill bike. Don't know the brand, Brody. Maybe some of you guys can help me out, but small crank on the front's perfect for downhill. Wide handlebars, front suspension, no back, but don't need that. And the other one's just a classic mountain bike as well, so should be sweet. Luckily on the farm there's a couple of old caravans and shit here, so I'm going to just be stealing shit off them. I'm thinking to fix the corner of the where is it? No, that one. Fix the corner of the van. I'm going to just be able to steal some shit off that van up there. Yeah, and yeah, it should be great. So we'll see how it goes. How are we doing, Jane? You're on video.
What? Hello.
What's happening? What are we doing?
We're going to go to Costco to buy a whole bunch of staples and groceries and get gas.
Okay. All right. Cool. Because
Because there is an outbreak of the coronavirus.
Yeah. Right, okay. So we're on a bit of
everybody's isolated at the moment.
yeah, so we're making our last dash to
Yeah.
basically get our supplies for 4 weeks. Look after Jane here. Laura's in the back.
Look after you too.
And we're sitting and waiting for the ferry to cross over into Vancouver. So, yeah, testing times. There's people wearing masks. There's people freaking out. There's more and more cases every day. What's the date today? 23rd of March, I think.
March the 23rd.
March the 23rd, 2020. Here we are. If someone's watching this in the future and we'll die. This is what's happening. It's 23rd of March, 2020. New Zealand is on lockdown.
Trouble times.
Yeah, trouble times. New Zealand's on lockdown, so it won't be long before Canada's on lockdown as well. Luckily, we've got our van, and yeah. We're still having issues with our exhaust manifold though. I can't find one, so I'm not sure what we're going to do there yet. You got all your food there, Jane?
I can't carry that flour.
Oh, the flour.
Okay.
Well, we got to Costco, we got our food. We're back home. Hopefully we're safe.
100% food.
Yeah, beautiful.
Lasts for 3 months.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is what happens when you go to Costco's Whole Foods and you buy in bulk. Whew.
36 pounds.
We get singing things, some olives.
Oh, it's a yogurt.
No, that's some salmon. Oh yeah, yogurt's down below.
Oh, you need to put that in.
Here we go, we've got the van in the, what they call the steel shed here, the workshop. Go for a wee walk down here. It's a bit dark and grim in here, but I've got some lights. Got the old fire going there. So what we're going to do today is do the engine oil and filter, maybe the transmission change, and possibly put in the spark plugs. Probably just do that for today. Kind of forgot to get a fuel filter. Has a new air filter, so I might get a fuel filter on the road somewhere when we're cruising around. So yeah, that's what we do. We're going to warm her up and then do those 2 oil changes, and yeah, probably just do that today. Just take it easy. Alright, so we got to warm her up. She's going to be loud. Let's get her going. Oh, this is gonna suck. That was right. There is the oil. I doubt she's been changed for a while. Right, so this here is the bottom of the automatic transmission. So I've got to take this pan off. It doesn't appear to have a drain bung that I can see. Haven't looked super hard from the other side, but I'm just gonna. Some of them you just have to undo all the bolts and just sort of tilt it one way and drain the oil out. And inside here there'll be a filter and a new gasket, so we'll do that. And I'm draining there's the engine oil filter there on the bottom. Now this is a 360 Chrysler engine. So we'll do that and yeah, get to it. And you want to do it while it's hot, so I want to get this off now. It's not even that hot, so I might let this drain for a while because I haven't really been driving it. It's probably best that you actually drive it, but where I am, I'm up on this hill and I can't really drive it anywhere easily, so. Got it draining. Just going to drain it slowly because it's a pretty bloody awkward spot. You can't see fuck all. She's starting to come now though. I'll let it drain out, then I'll take the pan off. Beautiful. Alright, I've got that filter off. Here's the new oil filter. I went to this company, it was in Canada, Lordco. They had all the maintenance parts for it, so I've also got the automatic transmission fluid there, and I'll show you that in a minute anyway. So I always put a wee bit of oil just around there, and just make sure the surface is clean that you're putting it onto. And there's our wee oil filter going on. You want to do that up fucking hand tight, baby. But pretty tight. There we go. Boompa. Right, here is the bottom of the automatic transmission, the pan. And as you can see, you can actually see it quite good in the video. There's a few metal filings in there, which is normal. Vehicle this age, it probably hasn't had the oil changed in bloody ages, so this will be bloody brilliant for it. So I've got it under there all. Oh, you can't really see it's draining into there. Here's the new filter. So you get a new filter when you get a kit, and you get a new gasket. So you got to go around and scrape all the old bits of the gasket off, and then you put it all up. No need for any sealer, just bolt her up slowly, tighten it all up, put the oil in, Bob's your uncle. There's our pan all cleaned up, used a putty scraper and scraped off the old gasket, and then I gave it a buff up with the old cordless drill. There's a new filter which I've got to bolt up, and here's a new gasket. So we'll do that now. So here's the bottom of the pan, and the new filter is going to go up there. I'll do that now. There we go, gasket filter in. Now the hard part, putting this bloody gasket in because it's all twisted up. So let's see how we go. Alright, pan gasket's back on and pan is back on. So we're going to do it up and chuck some oil in it. Should be good. Put this in first, which is 3.75. Oil change is done, automatic transmission fluid change is done. I've probably put a little bit too much in, but that's alright. You've got to, once you put it in, once you put the oil in, you've got to kind of run it so it gets hot. Probably put like, maybe 250 mils too much, maybe half a litre. Probably only 250 mils too much, so should be alright. But yeah, no, all looking good. It's got a slight rear main seal leak, but we're not going to worry about that because oil's cheaper than fixing that. Yeah, so now I've got to try and fix this manifold. If I can get that fixed, it'll be sweet. Mind you, there's heaps of other stuff to do, but if we can get that fixed, then that'll be something. Back at Jane's, and what have you cooked for us, Jane?
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
With ham on it.
With ham on it. Here we go. Whew.
And some tomatoes.
Yeah, it is embarrassingly my first macaroni and cheese. How are you, Laura? You've had it before, obviously.
Yeah, I've made it before.
You've made it before. Oh, wicked.
I got that picture of you.
I'm taking a video of you taking a picture of me. Okay. All right, cool. Let's tuck in. What's up, guys? We're back in the workshop here at Jane's. We've done a few hours in the morning on the old woofing side of things, basically just burning rubbish. Right, so today I am wanting to take all the wheels off and just check the brakes and wheel bearings. Looks like we might be, I'm pricing up replacing all the suspension, so front shock absorbers, rear shock absorbers, front coil springs and rear leaf springs, because it's leaning down to one side quite dramatically. And yeah, I want to fix that because the back right wheel is actually rubbing on the inner guard, and the front right wheel when you go over bumps is hitting the it's bouncing up and hitting the bottom of the cab. So I mean, you get away with it for ages, to be fair, but I mean, we've got the workshop, we might as well get it done, because we're going to be heading into some pretty bumpy roads. We haven't really faced any bumpy roads yet, and the bumps that we did hit, it was bouncing and smashing, you know, hitting on them. We just got brand new tyres as well, so I'm more concerned about the rear tyres because they're rubbing on the inside of the guard, and if it damages the tyres, these tyres are like $300 each, so yeah, plus it'll help. So today we're just jacking it up. Now, as you know, I'm running with very little gear. I managed to find some tools in this random locked up shed, but I only found a tiny little screw bottle jack, so I'm using that with planks of wood to get it up, and I'll show you what I'm doing. One of the additions had these fairy lights we got given, so I've added them in to create a bit of light. Right, so we're under here, so I'm going to jack the front up, and I'm going to put the axle stands on the rear. I'm going to get the whole thing off the ground. So I just got to jack it up in stages, really. Here's your wee screw jack, so yeah, wind that up and get that done. Alright, got the front brakes apart, and as you can see here, we got the brake pads. That one is good compared to that one. So I'm just going to get new ones. You'd probably do another couple of $1,000 on them. Shouldn't break very hard, this old girl. So we get some new ones, and that's good. And at the rear, the brake shoes are good at the rear. So I just got to check the handbrake cable's actually not seized, to be honest. And yeah, go from here. Exhaust manifold and seal lower. Put one right there. There is a major problem. There's a bit missing, and that's where it's leaking. I think. I don't think it is leaking through the tiniest little crack, but. I don't know. It does have a crack though, eh? It does go right through. Yeah. So when it heats up, it'll expand. But we can't get an exhaust manifold easy in Canada, so I think we're just going to have to roll with the exhaust gasket and see what happens. What do you think? It's like made of metal, sort of.
It's like material.
Yeah, and you look at the end where it's broken.
Oh, it's like burnt or corroded or something.
Well, it's perforated and it's just kind of melted through there. The hot air's melted through it. Good morning, team. It's day 30. We're on Bowen. We're still on Bowen. And we're actually having breakfast, and I thought I'd just chip in here because I haven't been doing the video log as such. We've got the camper back to Bowen, and we're in Jane's, still at Jane's beautiful manor. Hello. What are we making today, Jane? More waffles?
Yeah.
With some of the old, homegrown bit of maple there. So, and it's raining outside today, so I'm not sure what we're going to be doing today, but not sure. Might just work on the van. What are you going to do today, Laura?
Make a box.
Make a box, she says. Okay. Yeah, we might make the rear box for the van and see what we can do. Maybe put that in, and we're going to take a few extra fuel containers, so we'll take you on the journey of making the box. Maybe we could do the panel beating? Yeah.
Install the safe.
Yeah, well, we need the pot rivet gun for the safe because we need to pot rivet it in, and I haven't found one yet, so we're most likely going to have to buy a pot rivet gun and a grease gun. Well, that's cool. And we're going to hear back about fixing all the springs. Ooh, shit, big job, big job. So anyway, here's our waffles. So we got a bit of waffle mix there. Jane, she loves a bit of waffle mix, and here's one of the finished products. And I've been putting a bit of the old maple syrup. Bought this at the old Costco. Bit of Greek God's yogurt there. A bit of meal, bit of honey. Bloody goes fantastic. And this is our coffee sort of pot set up. We're pouring our coffee into this little filter thingy because we've broken the coffee pot. So you put these wee paper filters in there and then put your coffee in there. So it's like a plunger sort of styles. And yeah, it actually tastes really good. So might have to buy a coffee pot for the van. And in other news, we might be getting the van, once we get the van up and going, which will be a week or two yet, we're going to take her up through, I'm thinking we'll go back to Horseshoe Bay, we might go up to Whistler, Squamish, have a wee look up around there, possibly, and then we might come back to Horseshoe Bay and head up through to Gibsons, take the ferry from Horseshoe Bay to Gibsons, and then we're going to make our way up sort of the, I'm not sure if they call that the Sunshine Coast. They might do. I'm thinking they do. I've been looking on YouTube and that refers to it as the Sunshine Coast. Up to a place called Pell River, and then we're going to take our van on another ferry, hopefully, as long as Corona doesn't hit harder, and it's hitting pretty bloody hard, so we might take that across to a place called Queeny on Vancouver Island, then we might just sort of circumnavigate in a van.
Very slowly.
Very slowly, because we've got nowhere to go, but Vancouver Island's 600 kilometres long, so it's not exactly a small island. So it's almost the same size as the fucking South Island. Not quite, but yeah. And another thing is, it's on the 1st of April is actually the official fishing season here in this area in BC. So for salmon, but you can also just catch cod and things like that. So we're thinking we're going to get some fishing rods and maybe a fishing license, and maybe even a little boat. We'll see. And we might go fishing and just live off fish. And I had a look online about bears last night too. There's grizzlies on Vancouver Island.
Oh shit.
Yeah, couldn't find too much information, but there is grizzlies and there's black bears. So I don't know why we bought all that food. We're gonna need a big crate to hang it up in a tree every day. That's gonna be dusty. And what about during the day? Where do you put it?
I think you leave it in there all the time.
Oh, dusty. Okay, so we'll need to get a wee pulley system and some ropes. Anyway, that's my morning rant for day 30.
This is your fault. And your.
Wow, well done. Jane's practicing a lot of good health here. A lot of good health of ours. Coronavirus has hit pretty hard all over the world. Mark this day, I think it's the 27th of March. And things are getting pretty serious out there. We're sort of stuck on Bowen, probably without health insurance and with no way to get back to New Zealand. So we're stuck here. We're in self-isolation with Jane, our beautiful host. We can't really do much, to be honest, so we're just going to have to wait her out and see what happens, eh? What do you reckon, Jane? Just wait it out?
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes away. The powers that be are doing all they can, supposedly, and New Zealand's in lockdown. They're on like day 3 or something of their 4-week suspension. And in terms of Canada, they're pretty blasé here. I'm a bit disappointed, actually. They haven't done any lockdowns or anything yet. There's a few businesses sort of closing and non-essential travel has been put in place, but they haven't locked it down, which I find quite weird. Seeing as most of
The governor or whatever he's called doesn't really want to do a full lockdown.
the Prime Minister.
No, not the Prime Minister,
But why not? Seems strange, eh? Like, even America's doing lockdowns. So,
but they've got the most cases in the world.
yeah. Well, because they've tested, supposedly, I watched the full thing on it last night. They've tested more people in the world, though, as well. Yeah, undies. But, it's a bit different to the New Zealand government and the American government, let's just put it that way. 400 million versus 4 million, wow, that's sort of quite a different scenario. If you watch a White House press conference, it's very intense. I watched an hour-long press conference last night. It is fucking insane. Quite fizzy, actually. Anyway, we're going to get back to breakfast.